In this video, we finished one of the trails we've been working on up at Dam Ranch. It's a black diamond trail called Upper OPL. Oh man, look at that pulling. All right, let's get out of here before my allergies go too crazy. All right, so we're working back on Jungle Cruise today. Logan's kind of standing at the bottom of a little rocky section that we diverted the trail through. We very easily could have made it just a bench cut down, 10 feet down the trail or lower on the hill, but that's not the personality of the trail we're trying to build. So we
Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, and so we tried to bring it up through this rock pile. We've got it pretty close to rideable. I think we got a little bit of tinkering to get it there, but the next section we're going to work on is above that, which will connect with the last video that we had, that section. Let me grab my water while I'm walking up because I got the tools up here. Okay, so this little part right here, I just kind of weed whacked a little bit of stuff here. You'll come down here, and then this is like the traverse straight across here. So the trail will come right up here, right above this bush, and then you can see orange bucket off in the distance where we were working before. So this will come straight across. This will be the traverse. So you have to actually do a touch of pedal in there, and then this is the section where we ended. So what we're going to do is, I know this rock's loose. There's a couple more I identified in here. I'll bring this out, build up the outside edge of the trail here, and make this a little more level so you can keep your speed, because you'll be coming around this corner up here, in theory, with a lot of speed. We tried to build it that way. There is a root and a kind of a rock jutting out that you have to navigate. Then you have to get up on that step that Meadow just walked down with your speed. And then there's another rock right here in the middle that you have to navigate. But the goal here is to be able to carry your speed right through here and then just start your pedaling so that there's not really much of a slowdown. And then you'll be back into that little drop in into that rocky section. So yeah, it's coming together. We're, I don't know, for the top section here, we're probably 60% done. Definitely over half, maybe 70% done. So we're stoked. Logan's help last time really pushed us along. So we're gonna get to work, and we'll kind of give you updates as we go. All right, digging in for the new trail. Meadow's not so much help. Logan is a lot of help. All right, looking good, huh? This is like right in the middle of Jungle Cruise. Here. Now,
Yo.
wherever you look, you're gonna be filming now. Okay, you see how that works?
Yeah. So we did this stuff all yesterday, as you might remember. And then I made all this. And then my dad wants to get this rock out. And we also put these rocks here so it's easier to get up, because then it would have been really hard to get up. And then my dad, I cleared off dirt, and then he used the bucket to clear all of this, that, and this. And then he put rocks along here.
Regular voice, no baby voice.
He put rocks along here, and here, and here. Did you put a rock right here?
Yep.
And
Came from right up there. I always try to get my rocks from up the hill, so then I can just roll them down the hill. But to get them from down there, I have to carry them up.
And then he got this rock. And then we built a berm here, and this is where I'm working. I'm cutting off all the edges right here. Ta-da!
All right, so we're up here having lunch. We're on Jungle Cruise, kind of just past the point where we're completed the trail, and we got probably about 20% more trail to do. So we're getting there. It's exciting when you get close to the end of a trail, because that means you're getting close to the time where it's test out the features and start riding it. So we're looking forward to that. Logan and I have been actually doing a little bit of bench cutting, which is not the fun part of building trails, but something we got to do. We've been doing a good job. Found a lot of worms. Logan, how many worms did we find today so far total? All of them?
About, I think 20.
Like 20 worms, yeah. We try to rehome them, and then we found a few centipedes as well. The centipedes were not as nice to. We kind of fling them down the hill.
Can I go get a worm?
Yeah, later on we can film a worm. Logan sometimes will collect them for a little while in his bug collecting containers, and I don't know, talk to them and hang out with them. Did you hear somebody yell?
Yeah.
Did you hear a yell over there? I heard a yell. All right, well, we're signing off now. We're gonna get back to work.
Hey guys, remember when we told you that I'm gonna show you a worm? I will show you a worm. Okay, here's the worm, guys. Cool, right? Cool. Let's see what he does. Let's see how cool he is. Yeah, look at that guy. Look at him. He's your best friend. Your very best friend. Okay, bye. Bye, everybody. Okay, guys. We're up here again. Well, last time we showed you, we were still up here. And my dad finished some stuff right here, and I kind of helped. This is from up there. You remember up there where we worked before? That's the start of Jungle Cruise, and we made it all the way down here. And then there's Meadow. She's standing like right where I was going to show you guys. And then here's where my dad was working on really hard. Yeah. And then, Meadow, could you move? Go. He worked on really hard and everything. Alright, on here. Here's the cool part of it. And then go down here. I'm gonna go check.
All right, well, here's a summary of today's work. We opened up this berm as you're coming down the trail, this turn, a little higher, a little wider, so that hopefully you can line yourself up to navigate this route, this rock, and keep your speed for this little step right here. Threw in some dirt over here, so that's rideable at speed, and then bench cut this traverse straight across here. Then it gets, Logan left his water bottle, then it gets into some chunky rock stuff. I wanted to keep that. That's kind of fun and challenging, and so then it comes down to the steep section. Just cleaned it out, placed a few rocks, like you can see these are just placed here. There's a couple up there that are placed just so we can keep the width of the trail while you're riding through it. This rock was put in, and then we reshaped this little turn right here because it was really tight and I didn't think you could keep momentum to get across this little rock bridge. So we widened these out so that you can set up a little wider, straighten out, and come across here. So you want to have a bit of speed coming through here. Then you drop down onto this. We built this today. It's got a little bit of a camber so that hopefully you can keep your speed around this turn, and then with the addition of a couple pedal strokes here, carry speed into this little rock pile feature here. Come down through here. We will have a beeline coming up here where you don't have to drop. That'll feed right in there. But the A-line's made. So A-line drops. And then there's these little steps that I'm sure on the GoPro look very small. They're pretty small, but they're enough to get a little hits and have a little fun on your way down the trail here. Most of the bigger features are up top on this Upper OPL, but this is a fun little section to hopefully carry quite a bit of speed. Then we'll keep going across here. Again, a lot of this is about, where it flattens out a little bit, is about keeping the speed from the steep parts. And then this is where it gets real rough because we haven't come back and reworked it. We just kind of, I guess I'd call it almost like plowing your initial line, which is going to be really neat. Come around here. I'm going to set up a berm up here. It'll be a real steep berm that will feed you across. Leave the shovel here with the Cloyd and the bucket. Feed you across here, and that's where my back gave out. Just no more energy. All right, so Meadow and I are up here at OPL. In the last video, you kind of saw where we stopped. We were just kind of, I called it plowing or roughing in this whole section right here. All right, there we go. That's better. Here's Meadow. And so we started shaping this a little bit cleaner. Still got a bit of where the turn is here. I got to cut off the bank a bit. Otherwise, it's like a pedal catcher right where Meadow's at. But this has been get the right amount of dirt, pack it in, another layer of dirt, pack it in, get the shape really good. So that's that turn coming out here. And that feeds, if you can see the hill right here, which is the berm. You come in and hopefully you can set up high right behind where Meadow's at. Meadow, keep moving. Come on. And then you'll have this berm, which is not quite packed in all the way. It's got like 2 layers of packing, piling and packing. And then you come around this. This is a really steep berm, so we got to really get it packed in well, because if you have speed, you want to obviously trust it to support you. And then as you get farther down the trail, you can see it's less and less refined. So this is what it kind of looks like when you're just kind of roughing it in, like I said. Try to get the radius of this turn really big. So it's going to continue on this radius, dip down right kind of towards that bush, and then back up above the bush. Then I'll carry along the hill, maybe even a slight uphill, because I have hopefully a ton of speed here. And then that'll turn down towards the dam here. And we'll go across the dam and meet up with Lower OPL. I realized as I was hiking away that I neglected to take pictures of the last few turns that I'd been working on. So from the top of the hill adjacent to the trail, I took this picture. I also went back a couple days later and broke out this rock right here that was kind of a pinch point and stopped your flow at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll leave some gaps between riders on here.
I realize that building trails isn't for everybody. But if you're willing to grab a shovel, get out and do some physical labor, it can be hugely rewarding. The creative process itself is kind of neat in that you look at a rock pile or you look at a steep hillside and you just are trying to figure out how you could ride a bike through that or down that. Then you flag that line and you have to go out and try to create what you envision with your imagination. The really neat part about building your own trails is that you can kind of customize the trails to what you enjoy riding or make it a level that's appropriate for the people that are going to be riding it. Building trails also gives you a new perspective on what it takes to create a trail system. It's not as easy as walking out into the woods with a rake and scratching a line into the dirt. Each trail that we ride represents hours and hours of work that somebody put in. So next time you're out on a trail and you see a builder, give him a pat on the back. Or if you are a builder, pat yourself on the back. I will say though, as rewarding as all these things are, for this particular trail, my favorite part of it was all the time that Logan and I got to spend together building trails and getting to see him develop as a trail builder. And that's the dirt.
We have 20% left of the trail to work on. This trail is called, I think, it's called OPL. And bye.